Christmas story begins, as all great stories do, with a nuclear launch. Nuclear. And, as all good stories start, with the original Santa taking the missile directly to its target.
The original Santa.
As a gift. And that's where the story of Santa giving gifts on Christmas via nuclear-powered sleigh comes from. Differs slightly from the original pagan Coca-Cola related. I don't want to get on a religious tangent with anybody. This is pure fiction.
Wait, it's not real?
Now, it put the Earth, is the planet we will call it, into a deep freeze, as all nuclear weapons do, and produced three unique races. There were the penguins, there were the dwarf men, the snowmen, typically enslaved by the penguins, and the reindeer, the painted reindeer. Now, years pass, and the world doesn't rebuild itself from a frozen hell apocalypse by itself. So, over time, each individual race started to acquire its own deities, such as the llama, the radish, and the just a bigger snowman. Worshipped, oddly enough, by the penguins, enslavers of the snowman.
Oh my god.
Last question. No.
Some Q&A at the end. Now, life was fine for a while. Both the llama and the radish were prayed to with pets, but literally, like, they would stroke these deities. It was allowed.
It's a different time.
It's a different time. However, it's hard to transition into this, and you'll understand why.
Oh.
Due to
Oh my god.
the enslavement of the four races, by the Christmas spider. It proceeded with its army of 4 diamond playing cards, the unluckiest playing cards out there. Ask Vegas. It swept clear the old gods. But a tradition that stayed on throughout was the gift giving. Typically, it was no longer by warhead, but just a general gift. But it was basically it was just as big for fireworks as like the 4th of July.
It's getting very serious.
Of course, over time, this race without deities due to the Christmas spider's influence became technologically advanced, being able to wear suits of complex armor. And toy soldier. But they were also able to miniaturize themselves. And carry felt bells into space, a place that they really needed to go, along with giant caimans, which has become a real major problem. They just shipped them up into space with those bells. It was necessary. Now,
The ends justify the means.
due to the severe, quick advancement of this culture, its ideas and influences spread across the galaxy. And
Ooh.
cosmos.
Ultron.
And as such, other faculties. Other races all throughout the solar systems were able to now practice in this tradition of gift giving, but they all sort of did it in their own way. Some decided to think that the claws didn't come by nuclear warhead, but instead by Tran. Some believed that his image was misconstrued and that he was actually a mushroom-growing ox.
Is that the ox?
It's a mushroom. Others began to pick up this idea of the giant felt bells, but instead of having a giant felt bell, they just decided to use pine trees. That's where that sort of comes into play. And still depicting the claws as this jolly old fat man wearing a blue t-shirt and a black hat from the first scene, as a red fat God bless you. Now, here's where things get interesting. The particular race that liked the pine tree and felt bells started over time to worship the pine tree felt bells as the patron of giving versus the claws, due to the negative association of the claws with nuclear holocaust. So they went with the tree. They began to give it a head and a name, and that was Clarence. Now, here's where things get difficult, because now we're in modern times, where we have Clarence, baby upside down Clarence, and no one's quite sure where on the history path we started to do that. To this day, it gives me concern. Oh, and one more thing. I'm dead on this tree.
R.I.P. Christian.
Now,
Bye, Chris. Bye.
many, I'm sure, are wondering, how does this story connect with the previous?
Oh.
And it is that the survivors, at the end of the last story, grew into the 4 races. There was the fat snowman people. There was the dwarfmen people, which were given in our story, they were the nutcrackers. Dwarfs, nutcrackers.
Tomato, tomato.
Exactly. They mine things. Mine nuts. Where else do you get nuts? From trees!
Apparently this tree, yeah.
I mean, that's the connection. And it grew into now these 4 spacefaring races all worshipping this bloody tree.
Are they still enslaved by the
And it's many planets!
What about the dick, though?
We don't talk about that. I'm trying to keep this one like PG this time. There was a lot of swearing in the last one. I don't think there was as much swearing in this one. But I can't be sure!
This one's going on PBS, so we have to keep it quick.
What the kid?
In a few hundred years, they'll ask, where are the snowmen? What happened to the penguins? They're at war to this day.